Hello guys, welcome to Refer UX. Myself Nimesh. Today let's see how to perform IP spoofing in GNS3 and how to prevent IP spoofing through a particular network using ACLs in GNS3. Um, when come to IP spoofing, IP spoofing itself is a creation of internet protocol packets, which means IP packets, uh, with a false source IP addresses, mainly for the purpose of impersonating another computer system. This mainly uses for the attacks, so that when you spoof the source IP, then the tracing back to the attacker will be more complex, sometimes impossible. Today, let's understand how to perform IP spoofing in GNS3 environment, because in normal there are so many tools available in order to perform these IP spoofing, especially when it comes to DDoS attacks or DOS attacks. This is very common. However, in a networking environment, let's see, using IP table facility, how we can perform IP spoofing activity. So when come to Linux IP tables, it's a utility available in Linux systems in order to perform packet filtering rules and any other related configuration related to packets. That's why it's acting as a firewall also in IP tables. So when it comes to IP tables, there are chains, several chains and tables available. For this spoofing activity, we'll be using especially one specific table, that is called netting table in the post routing chain. So this is the command that we'll be using to perform this. So let me elaborate the terms here. Minus T obviously for the table. NAT means a NAT table. If you see the manual of IP tables, netting table is if you get IP table manual, the netting table is mainly for the uh, for their to consult. It is mainly consulted when a packet that creates a new connection is encountered. So when a new connection is found, then the netting table comes into play, and we are going to use the post routing netting table. The post routing table, along with pre-routing and output chains. The post routing is mainly for the alteration of the packets when they are about to go out of the network. Since in our activity also we are about to send spoof packet outside the network, hence we are using post routing and netting table, because it's dealing with new connections. Then the protocol is ICMP, that is by -P ICMP, and the target would be SNAT. So SNAT in the sense the source netting table. Um, when mainly the source NAT table in the pre-routing chain specifies to the IP tables that they are using the source IP address, which is modified or rather newly added, and all the rules should be ceased being examined when this is executed. It uses the given the modified source IP as the source IP. When come to the final one, minus minus 2 minus source and the source IP. This command specifies that which source IP or IP block to be used in the spoofing as the spoofing spoofed IP. So that is all about the command, and minus a represents the appending, that is adding this command. And if you want to delete the command, what you can do is simply put minus capital D in order to remove this particular command from the IP tables. So that is how this spoofing IP address command in IP tables works. To today's demonstration, we'll be using this particular diagram, having two computers with Alpine Linux running, two switches and one router. The two networks we are going to use here, 192.168.2.0 network as well as 241.3.0 network. So let's first try to demonstrate how to spoof a different IP from 192.168.2.0 network. Then we'll learn how to use extended access control list to prevent such spoofing activities in particular networks. So let's begin. First, I will add devices here. We need I'll add two Alpine Linux machines here, and then we need a Ethernet. We need a router. We directly get routers, and okay, we get two switches here, and another switch here. Okay, and I'll get it here and here, and also let me get a router here, a router, and also we have another router. Okay, cool. Then what I'm going to do is before connecting this, I want to install IP tables to these Linux machines. So to do that, I'll get a NAT here, and I'll keep it here, and I'll get another switch to connect these two, so I can simultaneously do this thing. All right. So let me check that. I forgot. I don't remember whether I added properly the NAT. Okay, now I added. Okay, cool. So this is a temporary addition. So what I'm going to do is I'll connect NAT to here, Ethernet 0, then Ethernet 1 to here, and Ethernet 2 to here. Right. Then what I'm going to do is now I'm going to do is I will start these machines separately. Right. Start individually. Cool. Then I will open the we have one and we have two here. So if you can see, it's still no IP has been granted, no IP has been IF config, no IP has been granted here as well. So what I'm going to do is I will edit the network interface file, and then I'll make it first DHCP because we need that information in order to we need DHCP IP to install get connected to internet here, and save it, save to Alpine Linux 2 etc network interfaces. Then I'll go to this place and select I, then I delete these two hashes, then escape colon WQ, and so here's I forgot to put one thing, that is if the page up at 0, and it is getting an IP address, and ifconfig now has a new IP address. Here also, if up at 0, and we are getting a new IP address here, and you see 241 here. Here is 181. So what I'm going to do is I will individually install the IP tables to these two machines, because initially IP tables is uh, not inbuilt file here. So what I'm going to do is apk add IP tables. So it is getting installed. I'll do the same thing. IPK add IP tables. Alright. So both are getting installed. As you can see, it is almost done, and it is also almost done. So I type now IPtables minus L. It's nicely working, and here also IPtables minus L. Okay, it's nice working. So now our task is done installing IPtables. So what I'm going to do is now I will stop all these machines, and then what I'm going to do is I will delete this component, because we no longer need these two. All right, now I'm connecting my normal configuration here. 0 on here, and I connect 0 here. All right, cool. So now I will run the entire configuration. Now all devices are up and running, and then I'll open the command terminals here. So in my configuration, what I have done is I will label the devices. So what I want to do is that I will have this network here as 192.1. We'll have the network as we'll have the network as here 192.168.2.0. That network. This is slash 24, and also we'll have this network as 200 241. Okay, that network, and 3.0 network. Okay, cool. And I'll give a random space here. For example, I'll give for all right here. Okay, in this diagram we have only one router, so that will be great. So what I'm going to do is I will I'll delete one router here. Okay, then the network would be more. Right, cool. That's great. So so we have two networks, one network here and one network here. We can define the relevant IPs based on that. So let me configure that. So I'll close this again. I'll ask to open again. So what I'm going to do is first I'll go to Linux, and it has already, it has no longer IP has been given. So what I'm going to do is etc say network, and interfaces. Then you can see I'll go here. I remove these things and I'll set the IP as 192.168.2 dot SA machine, and let's see any information here. It's 2.2. Okay, and the network IP is 2.1. Cool. And make sure you are putting hashes here. Right. Now escape WQ. Everything is done. Now if down at 0 and if up. Let's option. Okay. I think we have issue here. Misspelled the address. Okay, let me check is an issue. Oh, right, I forgot. Okay, here we have issue here. We have to remove these two parts as well. Now we have to down it and we have to up it. Wow, cool. Now we can see the new configured IP is nicely appeared here. And you can see the route, default route, and you can see route. And you can see it's via 2.1. Cool. Same thing has to be done in the Alpine Linux 2 machine as well. To do that, what I'm going to do is I will edit /etc/network interfaces. I go there again. I'll put I here. I'll remove these hashes. I'll go here. IP address I will change as here 200.41.3.2. And what I'm going to do is I will add a 200.41.3 dot, let's say 1. Very good. Then make sure I will put hashes here, otherwise that is incomplete. Alright. So exewq, right? If down at 0, if up at 0, ifconfig. Now we have a new IP address configured here. Very good. Now we can go to router, and you can see that show IP interface brief. You can see all none of the interfaces has been assigned with IP addresses. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to the interface conf interface fast ethernet 0/0, and then I'll configure the IP address as 192.168.2.1, and very good. Now shut down, then exit from the interface, and interface fast ethernet 0/1. Then IP address is it should be 1. Right. No shutdown. Very good. And okay. Now, cool. I think the configuration has been done. Let's see whether we can ping. Right, let's see. Okay, ping is happening correct nicely, and you can see I'll put a probe here, start capturing, the Wireshark. Then what I'm going to do is okay, I'll wait till it's loading cool. Now I filter for the ICMP only, and then I again run this IP addresses. I'll make the count as 4 only. Right, we have I can see now I'm sending so I have sent IP packets. So let me check what is happened here. Let me check the packets coming out of here. Okay, and I will ping. Wait a second, why this is not capturing that packet? Okay, first I'll stop the carrot here. Well, let me check whether we can see packets going out of here. Okay, right, that is going out. I can see ICMP traffic here. Cool. Then what I'm going to do is I'll stop here. I'll capture packet here. Clicking. Okay, now it's happening. Loading it. Okay, now let me ping again. Okay. other part is there. Why right. We have 241 3 dot. Okay, we have now the traces are there. There will be some issue there. Don't worry about that. You can see and you can start. Okay, put the capture here, capturing here, start the Wireshark. Okay, we have a set of files going here. Okay, now let's try. Okay, now you can see now tickets are coming from 682.2 to here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I will now send a spoof packets where here. To do that, what I'm going to do is I will need the use of IP tables. To do that, what I'm going to do is I will write this command. The command is IP tables minus T for the net table that we are going to use a net table. Netting table in the append to the post routing. Post routing netting table we are using. Post routing because we want to modify the IP address, the packets when they are going out of the machine. That is why we are using post routing and netting table. And then we are using the protocol which is ICMP, and also the target is the SNAT, that is source NAT, the changed IP address to the source of the source that I'm going to use here. For example, I'll be using the source of spoof source of 246, 79, and 20. All right, the is 200, 200.46.79.20. All right. So what I will use in that. All right. This is uh, this is the command that I'm going to use in order to spoof my IP address. What I'm going to do is I'll spoof my IP address. Then what I'm going to do is I will do it using post routing netting table. So I'll enter this. Then I'll show you how it appears in the IP tables. I'll go to P netting table and right, you can see in the net table post routing chain. You can see that the newly added role is there. Now let's try to ping the same location again 200 the 241 302. So when you do it, what happens is you can see now the spoof IP address has been appeared, that is 200 46 79 to 20. So this is that I wanted to show you where how we do this spoofing, and I'll stop this. And so the traces initially only 19 range and 200. Now we have a spoof IP address of 4679.20, which here from here onwards from packet number 184, which is spoof IP address. So now we have demonstrated how to spoof IP addresses in a machine, in a network. So now let me show you how to avoid spoofing IP addresses using access control list. To do that, what I'm going to do is I'll go to router 1 here, then I'll go to conf T, and then access list using extended access list 1110. Then what I'm going to do is I will permit only this IP or IP content of the 192.168.192.168.2.0 network. Only all this entire network I will be allowing, and destination would be any. All right. So that's all. And again, I want to give uh, say that denying any other content from any to any, right? So I have given that information. Then I'll go to the interface. Then is fast Ethernet. I want to apply. I want to make sure that um, that that none of these spoof IP addresses are leaving this .99.192.168.2.0 network. To do that, what I'm going to, I will apply the ACL here to the outbound, so that none of the things are going out. So what I'm going to do is I'll go to the interface vast Ethernet 0/1, then IP access group 1 on 0. The direction is out. That's it. So we have done, and we can say show IP show access list, and you can see one access list is here. So then I have added the control as well. First, now let's see how it operates. To do that, again we are here. So I will first remove the rule here. I'll first delete the rule by minus D. Then if I show you the net table, no rules are here. Then secondly, I will start hitting ping messages, and you can see they are nicely connecting without any error. And in the meantime, again I will append the rule of spoof IP address in the 192.168.2.0 network, and you can see that so it has nicely added. Then again ping, what happens is now none of the spoof addresses are shown here, and very interestingly, if we show access, if we check the access list, it says that denying 18 matches, and again if we do it denying 36, because it keep on pinging, and you can see now this count is increasing. However, initially 9, because we use only 9 we observe only 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, only 9 ping messages in the correct cases. So it should be definitely high. See, it's continuously trying with this spoof IP address. Now it's not going to work. Now again, if I remove the if I go back to the machine, you can see the 51 packet has been transmitted, and if I again delete the rule of spoofing, and let me check it. Okay, that's nicely added, and again you can see that it is again start pinging correctly. So here now we have used ACL to block spoof IP addresses from a given network. So that's what I want to show in this lab. First, we checked how to spoof an IP address, spoof IP in a network using IPtables post routing facility. Second, we saw how to stop spoofing IP in a network using ACL. In this tutorial, we learned how to perform IP spoofing in GNS3 environment in a given network, and also using ACL extended access control list to prevent IP spoofing activities in a given network in GNS3 environment. I hope you have learned something out of this. If you learned something, please do like and share. If you want to know about future such videos, please do subscribe to us. Till we meet again, have a nice time.